Alright guys, so in this week's episode of Julie's Playbook, we're going to be talking about what exactly is the AAF. What's the latest in the Antonio Brown drama that never seems ending? And Kyler Murray, when will we see him next? All that and more when Julie's Playbook starts now. Alright guys, so the first topic we got to talk about is that really boring Super Bowl that occurred last Sunday. It finished with a score of 13-3. The Patriots got their 6th ring, unfortunately. It was an all-defense game, and you know what they say, defense wins championships, but I think that's why it was so boring. Earlier in the season, I said that I thought it was going to be an all-offensive game. I was completely wrong. The defenses were on point. The offensives couldn't get it done. Julian Edelman was named MVP. I don't know what to say about that. I'm not real happy about it because, you know, the whole steroid use and then the whole Barry Bonds thing. And I don't know. I just, like, he did have a good game, but I just don't think he deserves it for the year he's had. But then again, MVPs in the Super Bowl are based solely on that game. The halftime show, I didn't think it was that great either. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I am a Steeler fan. Okay, so the next topic we have to talk about is Oklahoma's Kyler Murray. He is set to show up at the NFL Combine. That means he will showcase his talents for all the scouts to see. I look for Kyler Murray to go very, very high in the NFL draft. I don't know if number one, I haven't really done any research. We will talk about the scouting combine later in the season. Alright guys, so the next topic we have to talk about again is Antonio Brown. I'm so sick of talking about him and Le'Veon Bell because these two boys can't mature to men for whatever reason, but apparently Antonio Brown was involved in a domestic dispute down in Florida, and apparently he pushed the mother to his daughter to the ground over a dispute for a haircut. I don't know what I believe in that situation because he wasn't arrested, and over a haircut price, I heard his baby's mom does hair. So why is she charging him for a haircut price? I don't know, but it seems like anymore when people look at Antonio Brown, all they see is dollar signs because his name is in the headlines, and yes, I am defending him here. I don't know, it's just getting so old hearing so much unfootball related stuff about the greatest wide receiver in the game right now. Alright guys, so the next topic we're going to talk about is the NFL honors. The Pepsi Rookie of the Year was Giants Saquon Barkley. We talked about that last episode. It was rightfully so that he was named Rookie of the Year. Great all-around performance this year. FedEx Air and Ground Players of the Year. Kansas City's Patrick Mahomes won Air and Saquon Barkley won the ground player. The AP Defensive Player of the Year, without a doubt, was Los Angeles Rams defensive tackle Aaron Donald. He played an amazing year. The Salute to the Service Award was presented by the USAA. Atlanta Falcons guard Ben Garland. The AP Offensive Rookie of the Year, Saquon Barkley. AP Offensive Player of the Year, Pat Mahomes. The Game Changer Award was presented to Shaquem Griffin. The AP Defensive Rookie of the Year was Darius Leonard. The Built Ford Tough Offensive Line of the Year went to the Los Angeles Rams. The Moment of the Year came from Aaron Rodgers' comeback against the Bears in Week 1. The Art Rooney Sportsmanship Award was New Orleans Saints quarterback Drew Brees. The AP Comeback Player of the Year was Andrew Luck. The AP Assistant Coach of the Year was Vince Fangio of the then Chicago Bears. The Bridgestone Clutch Performance Play of the Year was the Miami Miracle. Courtyard Unstoppable Performance of the Year went to Jared Goff. The Coach of the Year went to Matt Nagy. The Most Valuable Player, of course, as I've been riding for, went to Pat Mahomes. Alright guys, so the next topic we're going to talk about is the AAF. And what is that? That's the Alliance of American Football League. And what's the main goal of that? Well, it's to give those players who fall through the cracks another chance to show that they still got it. And there's going to be a few changes as far as what happens. First, there's no more kickoffs. Each team will get the ball on their own 25-yard line. But let's say you want to go for an onside kick. You will then get the ball on your own 28-yard line, and then you will be facing a 4th and 12. You have one shot to get 12 yards. If you get it, you get to keep the ball. If not, you turn the ball over right there and give the other team prime field position. Alright guys, so we're going to talk about a few other little minor tweaks for the AAF. First, no more extra points. Every team will have to go for 2. Next, unlike the NFL, the AAF, you only need 1 foot in bounds. And for the AAF, the play clock is cut a little bit and it'll only be 35 seconds now. Alright guys, so one of the other things that's different for the AAF, according to CBS.com, there will be a 9th member of the officiating crew called a sky judge who will sit in the press box and use real-time technology to correct clear errors involving player safety anytime during a game and pass interference inside of the 5 minutes left in the 4th quarter, the AP reported. Well, if the Saints had this, they might be hoisting the Lombardi Trophy now. Alright guys, so January 2020, when the XFL reboots, the AAF and the XFL will go head to head. Now you're saying, what if I'm not in a region for the AAF? There is an app you can download and it allows you to freely stream games, and you should check it out. Alright guys, so the 8 teams for the AAF include the Arizona Hotshots, the Atlanta Legends, the Birmingham Iron, the Memphis Express, the Orlando Apollos, the Salt Lake Stallions, the San Antonio Commanders, and the San Diego Fleet. Alright guys, so talking about players who fell through the cracks, there are 18 former Steelers that were once on the Steeler roster that will be playing in the AAF. For the Iron, Tobias Palmer, Casey Sales, Josh Frazier, Johnny Maxey, Jake Hagan, and Larson Graham. For the Legends, Justin Thomas and Duran Grant. For the Express, Brad Wing and Oni Amali. For the Apollos, Scott Orndorff, Giorgio Newberry, Terrence Garvin. For the Commanders, DeMarcus Ayre and Cam Clear. For the Fleet, Terrell Watson, Greg DeCray, and Travis Feeney. Alright guys, so along with those notable players, Josh Johnson, who spent some time with the Redskins this year, is now playing for the Fleet. Christian Hackenberg and Zach Mettenberger are both playing for Memphis as well. Alright guys, so that does it for this week's episode of Julie's Playbook. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on this video. And of course, the AAF is now here, so that gives us 10 more weeks that we can talk about fantasy football. But until next week, that's a wrap.